Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And these pictures that you're going to see on screen were taken by Checker79. This is a AT&T conversion that's actively taking place from Nokia to Ericsson. The complete sector is ripped. So you are probably, in instances like these, and he's keeping track, you are going to have some service interruption. That's going to happen. I think AT&T is okay with that. I think we discussed that on the channel way before this had started, that there's probably going to be between 24 to 72 hours of an interruption until services are back to the standard, and then of course perhaps better with the Ericsson equipment. But this took all but about 24 hours to get some of the sectors back up with the 6472 Ericsson Air. So this is C-band DoD ready, and it's still kind of in and out, but they're optimizing. So I'm going to assume tomorrow sometime, probably late afternoon, this should be completed. Done. They're going to work. They're getting overtime. They're getting a bunch of extra stuff. AT&T just wants this completed. They want it done as quickly as possible. And they know that money talks. So if you pay more money, like they're working on a Sunday, right? They're working this on a Sunday. So they are extremely picking up the pace. I know I've said it before in my video recently when I went on a trip to Arizona. I saw it in Nevada too. They are extremely aggressive on this conversion, and it's not just because they're serious about it. They just want to get this over with. They want to get this done, right? Because it's going to lead to cost savings, and it's got to show on the balance sheet. So they have to get this done, right? This is a hefty investment. If I remember correctly, in total, this is going to cost about $14 billion. I do think, even though not disclosed publicly, I do think Ericsson is going to cover some of that cost. Some of that will go to AT&T, but Ericsson got the deal. It was all about the deal, and Ericsson probably went to AT&T or vice versa, and they said, "Hey, if we give you this deal, can we get your entire network?" And AT&T agreed, and now they're building. So I still maintain the opinion that AT&T is focused on fiber, and I think you guys are starting to see that. But at the same token, they are still investing into wireless, as you can see with these conversions. Now, once those conversions are done, what does the network look like moving forward? Right, in regards to more towers, densification, small cells, right? They have to really bridge the gap in the Nokia markets. And they decided to do that with Ericsson. So now sites that did not have any C-band DoD are getting the C-band and DoD, and they're getting Ericsson. Like this site previously, it did not have any mid-band on air. Now it's got mid-band. And they're doing that very quickly, right? For an example, New Mexico. That state 6 months ago had little to no C-band and DoD. And 6 months later, it's got like 75% of sites done with Ericsson, and it's got C-band and DoD. So they are on the move, ladies and gentlemen. More aggressive than I've ever seen any carrier convert sites like these. So AT&T is paying the big bucks. Like I said, money talks. And this conversion is going to lead to a better network. As I stated in the previous video, if they don't add another site in those Nokia markets that they're converting, the network will become better just by going to Ericsson on existing towers. Now, of course, AT&T will have to make the decision to further deploy sites and small cells, and that will come with time. But they're going to be very conservative in how they deploy the network moving forward. as I stated, because I get information, right? As I stated, in markets where they have high conversions, high penetration, fiber leads to wireless, they're going to invest in the wireless network. In markets where they don't have fiber, that's going to be those markets are going to be in question. How does it look? What is the investment like? Like I said, today that doesn't matter because they're going from Nokia to Ericsson. So even in the market where they have little to no share, they're still going to invest because they want to move away from Nokia. But once that's all done and the new radios are installed, backhaul is increased, whatever needs to be done gets done, what does AT&T do moving forward? And I think they stick to a disciplined, strategic strategy. And I think that strategy is going to be very, very conservative on wireless moving forward. But let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you're seeing in your markets with the conversions. Let us know. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.